Welcome back. This quick demo will show you how Unmeshed makes orchestration a first-class experience. From granular monitoring to high scalability, it simplifies complex architectures and keeps your operations reliable in real time. Let's dive in.
In this video, we're going to walk you through a workflow that is commonly used in telecom industry. A user makes an order on the website, adds a plan, adds a phone, and then all the back office work that needs to happen to get the order completed is what we are trying to achieve in this workflow. So this workflow is an Unmeshed definition, and Unmeshed is a process orchestration engine which you can use to programmatically create workflows that can achieve complex use cases like this. So in the first step, when the user initiates any action, this workflow gets triggered, and then we essentially wait for the card to be updated. So here, when the user gets a chance to add a phone or when they select a plan, we make an API call into Unmeshed such that this particular task gets updated with all the information that the user wants to purchase. So all of that will be collected in this wait step, and it will wait for up to 24 hours. After 24 hours, this card can be automatically closed. And you can even set up workflows where if the user has forgotten to purchase or stop the purchase while after adding stuff to the card, you can send an email to them reminding them that, hey, we have saved your card, and you can restore or resume the purchase from there. Once the user completes the card and checks out the flow, the next step is where we start doing multiple things. So we've created a parallel step where in parallel, we're trying to get the product information, the plan information, the user information, and based on the user information, we also do a credit check. These are all steps that can run concurrently, and therefore we have programmed it that way. After we have all the information we need, we run it through a decision engine, which is a decision table based on the input parameters that tells you what level of approval is required. And once we know what level of approval is required, we trigger a human loop where we are now getting an approval. So first option is to get an approval from manager, or the second one is to get it from a senior manager, or you can have as many as you need. Now, in this case, it'll get routed to one of those queues based on what the decision engine says, and then it waits for it. Now, let's say it went to the manager, but the manager doesn't feel comfortable approving and it requires senior approval. Then he can say that, please reroute this task. So once it comes out to this point, if reroute is selected, it goes back into the queue, and this time it'll go to the senior manager. Eventually, when the approval is achieved, we can move towards the next step to update the approval on the request. And then we can kick off all the steps involved to fulfill the order. First step could be an API call into SAP to book the inventory, create an order to be processed in the shop, inform the store about this, inform the user that their order is in progress. You can have as many steps as you need to do. And then eventually provisioning the network that's required to get the line active, and then eventually emailing the user. This is a simplified representation of what a telecom use case looks like. So as you can see, you can simply drag and drop different steps to achieve complex use cases like this telecom order fulfilling with a platform like Unmeshed. We're only touching a few features of Unmeshed in this workflow, and there is a lot more you could do to make this interesting. Now, each time you run this, a copy of this execution is retained for as long as you need for you to be able to debug what happened in that instance. So if a user ever calls back to ask what happened to their provisioning, you could always load up this workflow and then see where it got stuck, what actions it took under which steps, and what data it received to make those decisions. All of that will be available to see in Unmeshed as long as you need to look at it. And this data is also searchable based on IDs that you supply.
And that's it. You're all set with Unmeshed. If this was helpful, check out our other quick guides to explore more features. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel or visit our docs for the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.